Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, to continue the tarot readings for the Virgo season, the readings for the Virgo idols, I'm going to continue reading for the Boyz, Hyunjae. So yes, let's see how he's doing. The energy is available for him. So yes, let's start. He starts a reading with the card of the Judgment, Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Three of Cups, the World card, and then from the Oracle he got the card of Saturn in Virgo, Isolation. I don't know why lately this every time I pull cards from this oracle, this astrological oracle, they got this card of isolation. I used it a lot of times for idols individually, and I noticed that they do get the isolation card a lot. So definitely for them, you know, we always suspect that being an idol must be very isolating. But I think that definitely, even when they're having the time of their lives, there's this feeling of like, okay, I have to hide, or I have to be careful where I'm going, and where I'm going, it cannot be like open in public. I have to isolate myself. So it gets a bit sad. The mood feels a bit down, like, oh, this is not that fun. Um, and definitely because he got a lot of cups and in the Nine of Pentacles, I wonder if he's definitely enjoying his life. He's enjoying his days. He's getting a lot of invitations, and also he's inviting people to celebrate with him. Like, okay, like let's go out, let's celebrate, let's have fun. Um, Definitely, there's a lot of changes in this period of his life. We start with the Judgment and the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like he's slowly. This is actually very Virgo Virgo energy, because he does judges himself a lot. Because I don't see other people like actually judging him. I see that the judgment mostly comes from him. He is too perfectionist. Like, I do get the feeling that he always wants to be a 10. You know, he's a guy that it's not because he's insecure. I actually believe that he loves himself a lot. He values himself a lot. Like, he knows he can count with the fingers of his hands. You know, he can count what he's good at. So he's like, you know, I should do better. You know, like, I should do this better because I am amazing. Like, I have the potential, I have the talent, I have the charisma. You know, he's someone that he I don't think he has issues with his self-image, or or even his career. I think that he's very comfortable being who he is. He definitely like, he's very realistic. He knows he is special. You know, I don't know if I read or if I said this about Hyunjae before, but I believe that, I don't know why it sounds like it gives me a deja vu, that probably I did talk about it before. But he's still standing very strong in his achievements, in his growth, in his he's just a very prosperous guy, and I don't think it has to do with prosperity. I think that it has to do with popularity. I think he's a guy that he had always been like very lucky, in the sense that people really want to be around him, and probably he's very popular, and he doesn't have to do too much for others to like him, or to choose him, or to put their attention on him. you know I think that this is why maybe we start with the Judgment, because since he is used to this kind of attention, he also puts a lot of pressure on himself to keep being this quote unquote perfect. So he keeps getting the attention. He's like, okay, I'm not going to freak out in front of anyone, but I know my looks matter, or I know that the way I behave matter. I know that there's a lot of people watching me. So I have to be better. I have to always be ready to be in front of a camera. My skin has to look flawless, you know. My hair has to be perfect, you know. My body has to be perfect. He definitely works out. He works a lot on himself, and he's maybe he. I don't know. I have the feeling that probably he would want to do more with his image. I don't know if he was, because with the judgment is like, he does consider himself a 10, and he's like, I've been doing well this year, but I sort of wanted more. I expected more opportunities coming for me individually, and I think that he didn't get those. Like, he didn't get as much as he was envisioning. He was like, okay, I want to get this. I don't know if it's like modeling or like acting or something like this. It seems like there's always an invitation, but there's like there's always other member, maybe, like it's not just him. And he's like, no, I want more opportunities for me to do by myself. Like, I don't want to go with others. I want to go by myself. Like, I believe I can do it. I believe I have what it takes. So I wonder in his perception, um, or maybe in the idol scene, what does it mean when you go and do, for example, these photo shoots with a team member, and what's the difference um, when you do it with others and when you do it um, when you do it alone, when for your activity, or they ask only for you. uh, so definitely, I don't know if it means more money, or it means more like they focus more on you and they don't need anyone else. So he definitely is like, I can do it. He probably wants, he's I feel like he's feeling ambitious. He's like, really, I really could have done better. But definitely now I think that um this is not um, a moment. I see him here with the Knight of Cups and the Three of Cups. That this probably is a moment now where he can enjoy himself and actually not think so much about work, and probably relax a little bit and not think about, like, okay, I have to plan on this, or I have to think about this, or I have to work on this. I think that the cards that I get here are all about enjoying himself and going places and doing things that has more to do with enjoyment, and not so much with, I have to go to work on this. So he even like could go overseas, because I have the wall card. But definitely I see him, like, if he's traveling, I see him going with others, like probably other members. With the Three of Cups, there could be him and another two, but definitely enjoying themselves. And this possibility to maybe have a break and enjoy himself is going to get him in a very good mood. In a very happier mood, in a very more charming, being his own age, being also a bit more loving, because I think that when Hyunjae is in this work season, just like any earth sign, they have this part of, okay, I have to focus on my career, I have to focus on my goals, and he can get a bit like too self-centered on himself and what he has to do at work, that he doesn't connect that much with having that much fun or being flexible. um, So here with the Knight of Cups, I think that if he's taking a break to have fun or to go out, I think that he's doing very well. It does something very well. Like it does him good to have this. He's connecting with also enjoying with people that he really likes, that he feels comfortable, um, enjoying himself. Probably inviting others. Like he really is looking forward to hanging out with others and just like a stress-free situation. Not thinking about work and work and work. And definitely he's closing a cycle. He's like, okay, we worked this, or I know that they had released a comeback not so long ago, so I believe there's something about them closing that cycle of maybe what they had planned to do this year. So there's something about him feeling very satisfied with what he did, with his participation. He feels like, okay, I want to celebrate. Like, I want to celebrate with others. I want to have fun. I want to, appreciate. Um, he definitely has this very sweet side that I think that um, when it's not um, when it's not work related, there's something about him. When I would say when he's on vacation, he becomes more loving. And in this sense, I don't mean that he's not like a loving guy, but I think that when he is active as an idol, he has a very like um, he's very focused on the activity, and he can get a bit critical. He also got the judgment card, so I believe that probably he can get a bit judgy as well of himself and others. So even though it does give him great results, when it comes to relationships, he probably is too focused on his career, and he's like, and everything is about work, and if he hangs out with you, it's because of work or because there's an activity. But now here with this Knight of Cups, this Three of Cups, I feel like whatever he's doing now, he's like going on a trip or something like that. It's something that he's going with people that he really likes, that he probably loves. There's a lot of love, and he's like opening up. I can see him like maybe having a few drinks and opening up really about how he truly feels about these people, about having these people in his life. He's feeling very loving, very like okay, I want to confess how I feel about you. I feel like he feels very daring in even in love. Like I don't see someone a special someone in his life now in this spread. I don't see it. But I think that he's definitely like most concentrated in a group of people. He's part of a group of people that he hangs out with, and they are all friends, or maybe it could be also family. But he's opening his heart. These next 3 months are all going to be about him getting emotional, or him getting a bit sensitive. Here he's definitely represented by this Knight of Cups, so probably he's in the mood for love as well. He's been a bit more compassionate, a bit more understanding, a bit more empathic, maybe a bit more sensitive, and not because he is a perfectionist. If we think that he is a Virgo, um, definitely the Judgment card, the Nine of Pentacles, it shows how he works with his energy. He definitely is a guy that he aims for perfection, and he knows that he has like probably he has um, a reputation of being perfect, or people perceive him as being this perfect person, so he wants to live up to those expectations. So that's when he gets harsh on himself and others. But now I see him like totally relaxed and having fun, and really like enjoying the world of possibilities. I think that he's I don't see him like I wouldn't say resting, but I would say that he is taking these moments to go and meet with the people that he really likes. And if he's hanging out with someone, believe me that these people are his people. You know, he really likes them. And I see him like moving and going to different places and just like opening his mind and his heart, you know, and how healing this is for Hyunjae. Because probably, you know, being an idol and being a Virgo, you know, it's all about, sometimes it's all about, you know, fulfilling um, certain responsibilities, and it's all about objectives, and it's all about activities, you know, and maybe think life is not that fun, you know, like he doesn't show that much of himself, you know. He's like, okay, this is work hours, or this is work related. He's a guy that he knows how to separate very well his personality, or how he is perceived on camera, or by the fans, and he's very different as a regular person. He's very different when he's with his loved ones. It's like he becomes a bit much more like, you know, he's not shy about going out and going to his people and being like, you know, guys, I love you. Or, you know, guys, I bought this for you. I did this for you. You know, like he's much more sweet and lovable and cheesy and romantic, maybe. You know, I believe that this also could be like, he could feel in a good mood also to, you know, maybe um, being romantic and flirtatious with someone. I don't see any specific someone, so he could be flirtatious with a lot of people. Honestly, here with the Three of Cups, I'm like, maybe, you know, there could be a lot of people that he's interested in, or other people, a lot of people being interested in him, and him not just having fun and not wanting to take anything serious. But definitely he's closing a cycle, and he's very proud and satisfied of himself. You know, he's like, okay, I done well, we done well. So he's satisfied, and these cards are very beautiful. And um, and then yes, from the card of the Oracle isolation, yeah, Saturn in Virgo. Yeah, I definitely think that there's something. Yes, he, in the back of all this enjoyment and these different energies that he has, there's something about him also, like, you know, feeling like he has to isolate himself. You know, he probably feels very lonely sometimes, um, and I think that I relate this isolation card. I relate it very much to this of Pentacles. You know, this Nine of Pentacles, if you look at the card, there's this lady, you know, standing, very glamorous, very beautiful, very prosperous. You know, she's standing next to these Nine Pentacles that she created, that she made it possible, that, you know, she nourished this. This is her coins, you know. And it's all about you standing tall and proud of your achievements, and you've been like, you know, I am, you know, I'm a success, you know, I'm good. But also with the card of Saturn in Virgo, there's this isolation, because the greater you are, or the more famous you are, or the more quote unquote perfect you are, the more there's a feeling of loneliness. You know, like him probably feeling like he just cannot open up to people just like this. You know, probably being an idol also, it has to do with this. You know, but in here I don't see like he's showing me like his role in the Boyz. You know, it's like him being himself. Like there's something about him like being like, no one knows what it's like to be me. And it's very isolating, and it's very lonely to be me. Like there's a part of Hyunjae that he doesn't feel like he can be himself with others, you know, or that he feels like people just don't really like him. They're like, there's something about him being like, oh yeah, they want to hang out with me because I'm famous, or because I belong to this group, or because they find me beautiful. But I don't think they really get me or they really understand what I am about, because there's also this uniqueness in Hyunjae's character, and I believe it has to do also with his moon in Aquarius. You know, he has this uniqueness about him. You know, the way he thinks, the way his mind works, the way he communicates. He definitely is very different. You know, he's very different. He's not. You know, he's not that the traditional. You know, he has a lot of ideas, maybe a lot of opinions, and sometimes maybe when he's hanging out with people, he's like, you know, I better do not say what I want to say because, you know, they are not going to listen to me. They would just want me to sit here and be pretty, you know. So there's this sort of like sense of isolation when being him. You know, it's like it's hard to be him. Maybe also people feel intimidated because of how good looking he is, and they just stay at this first impression of like, oh my god, he is so beautiful, you know, I cannot believe I'm sitting next to him, and they don't go that deep, you know. And he's like, you know, I'm waiting for people to come closer to me, you know, I don't bite. Yeah, like I'm, you know, I'm, you know, I'm successful, like, you know, I look good, but, you know, I'm a person. I'm a person. I have feelings just like everyone else, you know, I'm not that different. And there's something about him feeling different in this period of his life, you know, or maybe his role as an idol is also very lonely, you know, and it's like, okay, yeah, I can go out and I can do things, but at the end of the day, I have to go back to that isolation of being me. You know, maybe people really, I get the feeling that people get really intimidated by him, like they see him as this perfect guy, and they don't see that actually he's a much more simple guy than what they think. You know, that he's just a regular like guy, that he needs love and attention, like, but from a genuine place, just like everyone does. You know, it's not that he is high maintenance. You know, he's not that, like, you know, like, you don't have to be rich to hang out with him. You know, you can be a regular person with a regular job and be his friend anyways, you know. And he's sort of open to those spontaneous connection, but I think that probably in this moment in his life there's not much spontaneity in his connection. So yeah, that's why he feels so isolated. But yeah, it's just a phase, you know. So yeah, this is all I have for him. This is all I got. I hope that you enjoyed it, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.